Hi guys, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we'll be looking at past work questions. So stay with us as we get right into it. Our first question talks about log. Now it says evaluate log 2 5 over 8 plus 2 log 2 3 over 4 minus log 2 45 over 64. Now, in evaluating this, we can see that they are all in same basis of log 2. So we can now turn this to be log 2 5 over 8 plus 2 going over here will become log 2 3 over 4 all squared minus log 2 45 over 64. Okay, now opening up this bracket, we're having it as log 2 5 over 8 plus log 2 9 over 16 minus log 2 45 over 64. Now the next thing we are going to look at is collecting our logs together. So this becomes log 2 bracket 5 over 8 plus 9 over 16 minus 45 over 64. Now, we know that in log, that our addition, if we have log a plus log a, an plus log an, this will give us log a bracket n times n. Okay, and if we have log a n minus log an, it will give us log a n divided by n. Okay, now applying this formula here, for the addition we turn it to multiplication, for the subtraction we turn it to division. Now this is going to give us log 2 5 over 8 times 9 over 16 divided by 45 over 64. But we know we can turn this division to multiplication by doing the inverse of this. So this will give us log 2 5 over 8 times 9 over 16 times 64 over 45. Now cancelling out 8 1 8 2 8 8. Okay, 5 1 5 9. 5 9 here 1 9 here 1 8 8 1 8 here 2. So this leaves us with log 2 1 over 2. Okay, and we know that when we have it as 1 over 2, we can rewrite it as log 2 raised to the power minus 1. Okay, now from here we can see that bringing our power down, this becomes minus 1 log 2. But recall that, let's remember that log AA equals 1. So likewise, log 2 equals 1. So therefore, this becomes minus 1 times 1, which will give us minus 1. So the answer to this will be minus 1. Our next question says, a GP has 6 terms. If the third and fourth terms are 28 and minus 56 respectively, find the first term and the sum of the GP. Now, in doing this, let's look at what our first term for third term. It says the third term, which is T3 equals AR. Remember that the formula for GP is Tn equals AR n minus 1. So T3 will be AR 3 minus 1 will give us 2, and they say this is 28. And T4, fourth term, equals T4, which is AR raised to power 3, which is minus 56. And we know that for our common ratio, okay, we are having it as T4 over T3, which will now become AR raised to power 3 over AR raised to power 2 equals minus 56 over 28. Okay, so A, we cancel A, leaving us with R equals minus 2. So the common ratio for this term is minus 2. So for us to find our first term, we can use any of these equations to find our first term. So let's go with equation 3, equation 1, which says AR raised to power 2 equals 28, where A is what you're looking for. So this becomes A equals A times our common ratio, which is minus 2, all squared, equals 28. So this becomes 4A, since 2 times 2 is 4. 4A equals 28. So A equals 28 over 4, which gives us 7. So our first term is 7. So this is for first term. Okay, so our first term will give us 7. Now, let's look at for the sum of the GP. Now, for sum of GP, we know that sum of the geometric progression GP, we know that we have two formulas where our S equals A bracket 1 minus R raised to power n all over 1 minus R. Okay, this is for when R is less than 1. Okay, so and we have the second one of AS equals A bracket Rn minus 1 all over R minus 1. Okay, so this is for when R is greater than 1. So it is important to note this. But in this case, our R is minus 2. Okay, so it's greater than 1. So this, we are going to use it as, we are going to now use it as S equals A bracket R, which is, our A is 7, and our R will be minus 2 n is raised to the power 6, okay, minus 1 all over minus 2 minus 1. So this will give us 7 times 2 raised to the power 6 will give us 64, okay, minus 1 all over minus 3. Next, our S from here will become 7 times 63 all over minus 3. So 3 here 1, 3 here 21. So this gives us 7 times minus 21, which will give us minus 147. So our sum of terms for the GP will become minus 147. If you've been with us up to this moment, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification button for more updates. If there be any question, put them down in the comment section below. Our next question says, 4 knives and 6 forks cost $700, and 6 knives and 5 forks costs $8,800. Find the cost of a knife and a fork. Now, to find the cost of this, let's convert these two statements into equations. Now, it says for let knives equals k, and our FEC equals f. So this becomes 4k plus 6f equals 700. And second statement, equation 1. Second statement says 6k plus 5f gives us cost 800, equation 2. Now you can see from here we have a simultaneous equation. So in order to solve this out, we have to equate either our k, since we are looking for our knives first, we have to equate our s. Okay, so this becomes multiply equation 1 by 5 and equation 2 by 6. Now 5 times 4 will give us 20k. 5 times 6 will give us 30f equals 5 times 7 will give us 35. So that will be 3,500. Okay, now 6 times 6 will give us 36k plus 6 times 5, 30f equals 6 times 8 will give us 42. 6 times 8 will give us 48. That will be 4,800. Okay, 5 times 8, 40 plus 8, that will be 548. So 4,800. Now subtracting equation 1, okay, let's call this 3 and 4. Subtracting equation 3 from equation 4, okay, that will become 36 minus 20 will give us 16 plus 30 minus 30 we cancel out equals 48 minus 35 will give us 1300. So our k will become 13 divided by 16. So 13 divided by 16 would give us 81.25 dollars. Now, knowing that our cost of knife is $81.25, we cannot substitute into either any of these questions, equation 3 or 4. Now, this becomes substituting into equation. Okay, let's go for 3. K equals 81.25. This becomes 20k plus 30f equals 35. So this becomes 20 bracket 81.25 plus 30f equals 35. Okay, our 20 times 20 will give us 1625 plus 30f equals 35. So our 30f equals 35 minus 1625. So 30f equals 35 minus 1625 will give us 1875. So f equals 1875 divided by 30. So divided by 30 will give us 62.5. So the cost of our fork will be $62.5. So our knife equals KNIFE. Knife equals 81.25 and our fork equals 62.5. Alright, that's for this question. Our next question says a chord of length 24 cm is 13 cm from the center of the circle. Calculate the radius of the circle. Now, if we are to calculate the radius of the circle, let's represent this diagrammatically. So we have our circle, okay? Now, from a chord is a line that touches the two ends of a circumference without passing through the center. So let's say this is the center of a cycle. Okay, a chord is any line that touches the circumference without passing through the center. Any chord that passes through the center forms a diameter. Now, what's a radius? A radius is any line from the center of the cycle to any part of a circumference. A radius is any line from the center of a cycle to any part of a circumference. Now, they said the chord is 24 cm long. So from here to here is 24 cm. Okay. Alright. Now, they say it's 13 cm from the center. That means from the center here to this chord is 13 cm. Alright. Now we can find the radius of our cycle. So if we do this, this forms our radius. Since a radius is any line from the center of a cycle to any part of our circumference. Now, bearing in mind that a line from the center of a cycle that touches a chord bisects that chord. And when we talk about bisection, it simply means that it divides the chord into two equal parts. Now, dividing this chord into two equal parts means that this portion is 12 and this is 12. 12 plus 12 will give us 24. Now, from here, we can see we have a right-angled triangle of this form. We have a 13 and a 12, since it bisects it and forms a 90 degrees. Now, at this point, we can now find our r, which is our hypotenuse. So r, using Pythagoras theorem, using Pythagoras theorem, that states that our hypotenuse squared equals opposite squared plus adjacent squared. Bearing in mind that all these are in a right angle triangle. Now, our hypotenuse at this moment is r squared. Opposite is 12 squared plus 13 squared. Okay, so r squared equals 144 plus 169. So 144 plus 169 will give us 313. So our r squared equals 313. Now to find r, we are going to take the square root of both sides. So this becomes r squared and root 313. So this cancels this, leaving us with r equals root 313. Root 313 would give us 17.69 centimeters. Now, if we take this to the nearest degree, to the nearest whole number, r will become 18 centimeters. So, that is the value of the radius of the cycle. Our next question says, express 3x minus 2 less than 10 plus x less than 2 plus 5x in form of a is less than x and x is less than b, where a and b are both integers, and represent your answer on a number line. Alright, now in dealing with this is inequality. For us to work on this, we are going to group these two together and these two together. How do I mean? We simply do this. 3x minus 2 is less than 10 plus x. That's 1. And we also do 10 plus x is less than 2 plus 5x. 2. So we are going to solve out these two individually to get the value of x in them. Alright, let's get down with this. For solving this, we can simply say collect like terms. X coming over will become 3x minus x less than minus 2 going over will become 10 plus 2. 3 minus x will give us 3 minus x will give us 2x is less than 12. So x dividing both sides by 2 is 12 over 2. Our x is less than 6. Alright, now for this, if we collect our terms together, plus 5 crossing over will become minus, 10 crossing over will become minus. So this becomes x minus 5x is less than 2 minus 10. So this will give us x minus 5x will give us 4 minus 4x is less than minus 8. Because 2 minus 10 will give us a minus 8. So x dividing both sides by minus 4 will be greater than minus 8 over minus 4. So x is greater than 2. Okay, so always remember that whenever your x is negative, to make it positive, you also interchange your sign. Alright, now the next one is to represent this in this form. So this is, since 2 is lower than 6, let's do it as this way. This becomes 2. Look at where the arrowhead is pointing towards 2. So we are turning it back, x and 6. So we've represented it in the form of a less than x less than b will give us this. Okay, now next we are looking at on our number line, representing this on our number line. Okay, representing this on our number line, we have to represent this on the number line, but now both will be on a single number line. So we have a number line this way, from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, minus 1, minus 2, and so on. Now, since x is greater than 2, so our x is greater than 2 from 2, look at where your arrowhead is pointing towards this way. Okay, x is greater than 2. Alright, and x is less than 6. Our arrowhead is pointing this way. So from 6, x is less than 6. Now, this forms our number line. Alright, our next question says evaluate 75 plus log 9 minus log 243 divided by log 20 minus log 12. Now, in order to do this, all the logs are in same basis. Since all the logs are in same basis, we can apply our log law that says if log m plus log n, we are having it as log mn, and log m minus log n, we are having it as log m over n. Now, turning this way, this becomes log 75 times 9 divided by 243 all over log 20 divided by 12. Okay, so this will give us what? Log 95 times 75 times 9 log, okay, 75 times 9 will give us 675. This becomes log 675 divided by 243. Okay, all over log 20 divided by 12. Now, if we reduce this to its lowest term, okay, so 675 divided by 27 will give us 25. This becomes log 25 all over, and 243 divided by 27 will give us 9. Okay, all over log 4 here will give us 5. 4 here will give us 3. Alright, so now having that, we can see that these two are squares, so we can turn this to be log 5 over 9, 5 over 3, sorry, 5 over 3 all squared all over log 5 over 3. This becomes, yes, both will become log 5 over 3 all squared over 5 over 3. We are having it as 2 log 5 over 3 over log 5 over 3. Alright, so this, we cancel this, leaving us with 2. So our answer will become 2. Our next question says, simplify 3 over 4 bracket 3 whole number 3 over 8 plus 1 whole number 5 over 8 all divided by 2 whole number 1 over 8 minus 1 whole number 1 over 2. Now, in simplifying this, we'll first of all work with our brackets. Now, we'll turn all these mixed numbers to improper fractions. Now, first, we'll start with 8 times 3 would give us 24. 24 plus 3 will give us 27. So this will become 3 over 4 bracket 27 over 8 plus 8 times 1, 8. 8 plus 5 will give us 13. 13 over 8. Okay. All over 8 times 2, 16 plus 1, 17 over 8 minus 2 plus 1, 3, 3 over 2. Now, still working on our numerator, we are having it as 3 over 4 bracket LCM 8, alright, 27 plus 13, okay, all over LCM of this will be, sorry, this should be 8. LCM of 8 and 2 will be 8, leaving us with 17 minus 2 into 8, 4. 4 times 3, 12. Okay? Now, from here, we have it as, now, 3 over 4 bracket 13 plus 27 would give us 13 plus 27, 30, 40 will give us 40 over 8 divided by 7 plus minus 12 will give us 5 over 8. So this will now have as 3 over 4 times 5 over 1. 14 to 8 is 5 over 1 divided by 5 over 8. But we can now turn this, our denominator, to multiplication by doing an inverse of our denominator. So this will give us 3 over 4 times 5 over 1 times 8 over 5. So here, 5 here 1, 5 here 1, 4 here 1, 4 here 2. So this leaves us with 3 times 2, which will give us 6. So we've simplified this to have it as 6. Our next question says, find the quadratic equation whose roots are -1 and half And the second part says solve 3a plus 2 and 2a minus 7. Now, for our first part, which is our question 1, for finding the roots whose quadratic equation whose roots are minus 1 and half, we will say x equals minus 1 and x equals half. Okay, so bringing this, one, equating it to 0, this becomes x plus 1 equals 0. And for our second part, this becomes 2 times x will give us 2x equals 1. That means 2x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, so our two factors will become x plus 1 and 2x minus 1. Now we can now expand this to get the quadratic equation. X times 2, okay, this becomes x brackets 2x minus 1 plus 1 brackets 2x minus 1 equals 0. 2 times x, 2x times x will give us 2x squared minus x plus 2x minus 1 equals 0. So collecting like terms, this gives us 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0. So this is the quadratic equation that gives rise to these roots. Now, for the second part, it says solve 3a plus 2 and 2a minus 7 equals 0. So if we are to solve this, okay, we'll expand it. Okay, so we can do it as 3a plus 2 equals 0. Okay, and 2a plus minus 7 equals 0. Alright, now this will give us 3a equals minus 2. So therefore, a equals minus 2 over 3. And this will give us 2a equals 7. So therefore, a equals 7 over 2. But if we are asked to expand this becomes 3a bracket 2a minus 7 plus 2 bracket 2a minus 7 equals 0. So this will give us 6a squared minus 21a plus 4a minus 14 equals 0. So we're having this as 6a squared, 21 minus 14 minus 4 will give us minus 17a minus 14. So this is the equation that gave rise to these factors. Alright, so when we solve it out, just as it says solve, we are having it as minus 2 over 3 and 7 over 2. Alright guys, with this, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on your notification button for more updates. Follow us on Facebook page at Mathematics Simplified.